Indeed, and the biggest thing is Empire Gaming actually just gave Verge comfort. Like Mac, good on Cho'Gath. Pack, good on Jarvan. Burger King, of course he's good on Vladimir, as we just saw, and the Cog Lulu. It was comfort all across the board, and they're keeping the same bands on the side of Verge, but we see a difference already on Empire.
Yeah, I mean, that lane in the bot lane was not fun at all, and even if Kog'Maw did not pop off, I mean, he kind of did. He did pop off at the end of the game. You still have to get rid of it. After seeing that combo, it was horrible to play against. But now here's the thing. TheVerge, the players of TheVerge, have such a versatile cast of characters that I doubt that Empire Gaming is going to be able to hit those important picks. Like, yeah.
Well,
For example, they banned Vladimir. Okay, then you still have Corki or Kiana or even someone like Victor. Or you go to ban the AD carry, and then Chime still has a lot more characters.
yeah, they are still afraid of that Yuumi that Kite can play, and I don't blame him. Yuumi is just an annoying character to deal with. But this last ban, and it's going to be Mundo. So they don't think Vladimir was the problem, nor the Jarvan. So they go with another tanky top laner. What are they planning on taking away? Because they know they're first picking Jarvan right here. Do they have a plan for this?
Oh my god, please don't pick Sayak Corki. This is like enough of a deja vu to me. Like, I guess Mundo is like a tough champion to be in this meta. But like, come on! Like, don't do this. Learn from your mistakes. When will you learn? When will you learn that your actions have consequences? Empire Gaming.
And they're going with a totally different route, less safety and more hyper carry, trying to go with that arcane buff with Jinx. What's the other pick here? I do think that they should hold off on their mid laner, maybe pick another jungler, pick a good safe top blind pick, and we'll have to see. And it looks like it's Garner. Captain Flowers, are you happy somewhere? What?
Excuse me, what? Why would you... Okay, listen. I get the Skarner love, right? But the problem with Skarner is that you get countered not by a champion, but by an item. If you buy Quicksilver, Skarner becomes useless. And guess what? You left the Corki open. You know what Corki likes to buy? Quicksilver. Now we have Chime.
Oh, he
Oh, we
went for the
have
lad.
Chime with the Caitlyn. Burger with the Vlad. If it ain't broke, don't fix it, you know?
He has the hot hand, and I'm pretty sure Vladimir likes warm blood as opposed to cold. So I
Oh my
definitely
god.
think. Oh, and they do take away the Cho'Gath. See, this is something I was thinking. They left the Cho'Gath open, so I thought they were going to try and take it away, and they do. But because of the way they drafted, they influenced it away from a top pick. So they were able to still take that Cho'Gath, and we still have to see supports from both of these teams, a top laner for Verge, and the mid lane counter for EG. But at the same time, that Cho'Gath could end up going mid.
I mean, but I mean, yes, it could go mid. It's not gonna go mid just by looking at the champion pools of all of the players right here. That's more of a comfort pick for Broken Legend. I actually think this is a downgrade from the Town Kench, but I guess you do have to take away the Cho'Gath from Macklin. Now, looking at the bans, they begin banning the supports. You don't want to see a Leona with Jinx because Jinx gets better the more kills she gets, and you don't want to see the Enchanter supports for Kite. The problem is there are a lot of Enchanter supports that Kite can play. For example, Karma, which is one of Kite's favorite Enchanter supports that you can play. Now, for the final ban, if I was TheVerge, I would probably most likely go for another mid lane ban that just shuts down Vladimir. Or Nautilus as well. That works very well because you know that Don Lino likes to go those engaged supports, those strong ones. And if you put him on Galio against a Kaylee, Galio's not gonna have a fun time.
Yeah, it's very, very interesting to see, and it looks like they are going to lean towards a support pick at fourth. and it's gonna be the Blitzcrank. Blitzcrank, probably one of the most annoying champions and always my permaban when I'm playing bot or support because it doesn't matter how many hooks he misses. He hits 130 past 30 minutes. That person is dead. You're a 4v5 for the next 30 seconds. They can do whatever the hell they want.
Hmm. Now, this is very interesting because Skarner Blitzcrank actually have quite a bit of synergy. The CC chain is true. It becomes fake once you get the Quicksilver. But again, oh my god. You know what? Forget what I said. Skarner gets countered by the QSS. But he also gets countered if a top laner like Tom Kench just eats away the prey that you just took. It's just insane. The synergy from TheVerge is insane, and there's the karma pick that I talked about before. I know my team. I know this team is gonna take the victory because they have so much synergy within each other. They have so much engage. They have so much poke. The damage is hybrid, just like the card that I want. And now just look at the opponent team from Empire Gaming. They were looking for counters. They're not looking
Ooh.
for a team composition. Listen, Vex hurts, but is Vex going to be enough to get the W?
Here's the thing. Vex is a reset champion. I play quite a bit of Vex, and Vex once she starts getting items hurts a lot. And especially if you go something like Leandri's this game, it would be very, very painful for both Pack and Mac because they are the two tankiest ones on this team. Late game, you hit a good ultimate onto either Caitlyn or Karma, they're dead. Hit an ult onto the other one, they're dead. And it's just snowballs the fight out of control. The bot lane is gone. You still have the tankiness. Jinx is there to help shred. Probably going to go an LDR second or third. And then you got Cho'Gath being the tanky front line. Garner
Here's
there.
the
So I can see the Vex pick working, but at the same time, Garner's like the little issue there because you only need one QSS there. But again, we need some more help trying to cipher this. So Rav, Schnecky, Scotty, what do you guys have to say about it?
Yeah, well, look, as we still have our official predictions up here, take a look around if you guys want to see our predictions from game number 1 of what's going to happen throughout this series. I'm not going to look up here right now, but I do want to bring my attention over to you, Rav, as you do have Empire Gaming as your official prediction for the series. Do you still stand by that here in game 2?
Well, Schnecky, I'm getting an awful case of deja vu because my pick here was kind of like looking like my UFC picks last night, and I'm good thing I didn't bet any money because I'd be a poor man. So yeah, it's all power for the course, and we still don't know how this game is going to pan out. But I think Empire Gaming has a little bit of a hill to climb in this second game, and if they can get it done, wow, what a setup for a third and final game.
Yeah, and well, it does seem that heel may be a little high here. They think that some of the same tools they used last game, they can use again this game. Not banning out a couple of those key factors here, Scotty. We do see some similar and a couple of different picks here from Empire Gaming.
Yeah, and I'm right with Combustor as far as the draft strategy. Verge, they banned out basically the same first 4 bans, and that strategy worked before, and I think it's going to work again because you took away the comfort picks from Trashman, from Don Lino, a lot of those engages. Yeah, he took the Blitzcrank, he still got something like what he wanted, but by that point, you're at your 3rd or 4th choice, and you've got a very safe Caitlyn Karma bot lane. I don't think bot lane was the problem in that last game, but they spent so many bans on it, did Empire, and they left the J4 and they left the Vlad that we thought would just go away and never come back. That could be a big problem. I mean, I love Vex myself. I also love the Vex, but I don't think Vex is going to be the answer to the question that Empire's facing right now.
I think one of the biggest issues they have to do is like how much anti-heal did we see on the side of Empire Gaming last game? Because I honestly don't remember seeing much of it. I just saw maybe an ignite. That's it. So I want to see an early Oblivion Orb come out from Hot Asian Grill just to try and keep this Vlad in check. And as the game goes on, I want to see more of these items come in because you're not always going to get that one that one course person just hitting on them and forcing that grievous wounds on them. So you're gonna have to want to try and have multiple people with it. And Vex, not the biggest auto attacker, especially when she can take those doom and gloom sacks and just rip them off them with a good shield or a good Q. So we'll have to see how this goes out, but I do think that this draft does favor the gods just by a little bit.
Well, I'd say more than a little bit. Here's the thing. They have that Empire Gaming right now has very strong individual characters. We have the Vex, right? And Vex has resets. We have the Jinx, which gets a lot better with every kill that she gets. Here's the problem. We are at the last straw for Empire Gaming. Vex is not gonna cut it against Vladimir in lane because Vladimir has a lot more sustain. Vladimir has a lot more damage in team fights, and if Vex tries to go for a reset, they have Tahm Kench. So they're all safe. They have the Karma, they have the Tahm Kench. I don't care if they build Grievous Wounds because Vladimir is gonna kill everyone before they do enough damage to Vladimir himself. Vladimir's problem is not that he regens,
Oh yeah.
it's that he pops you before you pop him. And then finally we have Caitlyn that outranges everything. We have a Karma that puts shields, that has a lot of siege potential, and that snares. And that's really bad. Honestly, I am struggling to see a way that Empire Gaming is going to win. Do I hope that they win? No, because I still like TheVerge. Do I want a game 3? Yeah, that'll be pretty cool.
One
All right.
last
Well,
point is
go
Combo.
ahead.
You did bring up a very good point. The Vex Tahm Kench can deny a Vex engage, but it can only deny either a Vex engage or a SchneckyIRL, not both. So got to keep that in mind and see how Empire
QSS.
Gaming plays around that fact.
Well, we'll see if that QSS tax ends up paying returns. As we do say bye to Combustor and Stripes again, hopefully for the sake of a game 3, not for the last time of the night. But as we were listening to Combustor's thoughts, we actually had a second where Rav actually went into the Doctor Strange mode and looked at all possible outcomes. What have you got on the return for us, Rav? Who's going to win this one?
Fell into a deep trance, and I think we as the viewers are going to win. So that's what I saw.
So game 3 it is, baby. Game 3 it is. But on that note here, look, I think we did see a lot of interesting picks here. And again, not only did the side of Empire choose to leave a lot of those same power picks up for the side of Verge, they also chose red side again. So I want to see what they're really brewing up there. And I'm kind of interested about that top lane matchup as we have the same two champions. We are seeing the salty reverse run back, Scottie.
Yeah, absolutely we are. We're now on a 6-game stream streak of Cho and Mundo top lanes winning. If Macklin wants to take this in a sweep, he's going to have to reverse that, which, I mean, we did see on the top lane for Empire. They got pushed under the tower more often than not, but those continual ganks from Trashman did give Macklin a tough time. But you're Tahm Kench. Once you get a couple items, you just walk into the middle of the team and they just can't kill you. So combining that with the survivability of Burger King on the Vladimir, I think Verge Gods, they are going to have a tough team fight. Empire, they're going to need to find some advantages early and often, or they will be going down hard.
Oh, yeah, and with a tough matchup ahead of us, that does mean we are now ready for game number 2 as we get onto this rift again. On our blue side, we got Verge Gods looking to end it all right here, right now, against Empire Gaming.
We got the Verge up 1-0. They just need one more to be our grand tournament champions. Wouldn't that be amazing to come into the league and then just take it down like that? A couple of new teams here, and yeah, we're gonna have a new champion. As last year's champions, Guardians of God's Glaze did not re-enter. They were a college team, and they were just doing other things, and they were not able to reform, unfortunately. I believe they are playing in the collegiate championships in the CSL league, though. So they have gone on to bigger and better things, Guardians of God's Glaze. But we will crown a new champion today. And guys, will it be the Verge or will it be Empire?
Well, I know one player in particular that would love to see that would be Pack for the Verge. We heard rumors that this might possibly be Pack's last game in the LAS, looking to look more towards the management side of things, grow Verge as an organization, but looked very good in Game 1, and I'm sure would love to go out with a series victory and a championship. But Empire, they took the 5-stack through the topside jungle of the Verge. They've got a couple of wards in there, so they'll have a little bit of an idea where Pack goes with the pathing. But we'll see what happens as we have the buff spawning.
Yeah, and you know, as Verge Gods did struggle a little bit last season of LAS, you know, had a bit of difficulties when it came to the seeding. Unfortunately, weren't able to do it last season. Now, they do think they have what it takes for this one right here, whereas when you look at Empire Gaming, this is a team that took down 2 Leviathans already in this knockout stage. They took down 2 first seeds in 2 different divisions. So if there's any team that can take down the Verge, Empire is definitely them.
Yeah, and let's take a quick look at the keystones here. For Burger King, we see the Predators same as last game, but look at the Predators on the other side. Both Trashman on the Skarner, Hot Asian Grill on the Vex. I don't think I've seen Predator on Vex before. That is a interesting choice.
This is the after nerf Predator too, right? They just like playing with Predator. It feels good. You want to go somewhere, you go faster. It's pretty useful. Movement in League of Legends, if you're a good player, means a lot.
Definitely so, and when we're talking about those runes, we also had a bit of a swap in terms of the lethal tempo. I know we did have a bit of a question on the Trundle lethal tempo last game from Trashman, as it did get nerfed for melee champions. It got a bit of a, you know, Riot would probably call it a rework, but it's still kind of a buff. You do get more attack speed, more ramping attack speed, but you lose a little bit of the range, so we're going to see if Chime can utilize this range, but apparently not. Hook does land. Chime is already low. Flash will be forced out now. Speaking of these lanes, Macklin in a bad spot again. Remember, Trashman loves to go towards top. They're looking for the kill here. Macklin no longer has a flash. A beautiful rupture finds Macklin a bit of a bad spot as Pack come to try to play savior here. Broken Legend goes down. First blood over to Verge, and Trashman is in danger as the second kill is being held. Pack making sure the gate is kept, and it's Macklin who takes home another kill.
Wow, what a bro there. Pack purposely not taking that kill so he could transfer the double buffs over to his podcast partner and Mac, and now they're both double buffs here on the side of the Verge Gods as they take a quick 2-0 lead in this early juncture of Game 2.
And not just sharing the buffs, but the wealth as well, making sure that it's not double kill gold on the Jarvan, that the Tom Kench gets that extra 300 as well, get those tanky items built, and now Hot Asian Grill in some trouble.
Oh yeah, Pack just immediately goes forward. Hot Asian Girl has the flash, but cannot even react in time. And that is another kill. You know, I'm getting a bit of flashbacks here from last game, and again, this was Empire's choice to leave Pack's J4 open.
Not
Yeah,
just
and
last... Oh, sorry, go ahead.
Oh, I mean, I'm just reacting as a Jarvan player, and my team keeps telling me you don't need 2 quick kills, but I keep telling them, yeah, I do, and there, Pack was able to quickly rectify that, get himself a second kill and an assist, and gold on the Jarvan is going to get him to that key 2-item power spike once he gets that Sterix Gauge and that Gore Drinker. Watch out.
In the meantime, let's go back as we get the Mountain Drake ready to spawn. Let's go back and take a replay of that first blood as Macklin was getting walked down the lane here. Did have to flash out, but then Pack that timely rotation up. Broken Legend trying to get away, just not able to. And as you said, just making sure that the double buffs get transferred over to Macklin. He'd been having a little bit of a tough time, especially off of that gank, but adding those double buffs, that extra little advantage, as we see a 9 CS advantage for the Tom Kench on top of that kill and assist.
Yeah, and it does mean Empire does get free reign now, capitalizing on the recalls of Chime and Kai to look for that first dragon. Remember, we do have Pack rotating a little bit too slow, though, after the resets here. They're not going to likely be able to contest it. We're sure going to see the steal attempt. It's not going to be successful. Pack does go out. By the way, huge shout out to production by those crack replay efforts. You know, it's been a whole season, and still Time to Light continues to improve on the production. Wow.
Yeah, and speaking of wow, Hot Asian Grill doing a good job on the Vex. You know, even CS did take the death but hits level 6 first, tried to go in with the ultimate, but again, with the Vladimir, you've got the pool. Just like Fizz with the Playful Trickster, you just have that button where you can just kind of nope out of something that puts you in trouble. And so a lot of that ult damage and the follow-on W. Never mind, we got to fight in the bot lane.
This might be a bit of a bait here. Unfortunately, Pack cannot quite get there in time. And quick update, guys, if you're on a live production, do not compliment the producer TTL or he will uwu in your ear, can confirm. Just throwing it out there. Just throwing it out there.
Little sweet nothings get mentioned there off on the side. The viewers don't get to hear, but here we get Burger King being able to get his first kill here in the mid lane, and this slight incline has become a very, very steep slope for Empire to climb.
Yeah, and that was a solo kill in the mid lane. You know, despite Hot Asian Grill with the Vex, chewing up the damage with the ultimate, putting in the work. But then you have the Vladimir with the burst damage. And speaking of burst damage, Architect being taken low.
Ooh, yeah, Kite. Oh, the hook ends up landing on a Kite. Oh, his Architect was low. They are still able to get the kill. Now it's Chime, who's playing back a little bit here. Remember, he does have some cavalry coming. Pack walking slowly. Remember, Pack does not have flash up, but he does have the EQ combination. But Don Lino has the movement speed to get out safely.
Guys, I feel a lot better for Don Limo. He landed 3 hooks. Every hook that we saw him throw, he's landed. And this was his first time being able to secure a kill for his 80 carry. So, you know, as a Blitzcrank player myself, you know, when you're landing a hook after hook after hook and you're not getting anything for your team, it's awfully frustrating. So I'm feeling better for my homie, Don Lino, who crushed that interview that he gave in the playoffs. And looks like we've got another replay coming up. Okay. Well, we've got the bot lane, and here we have a bottom. We have Caitlyn going back to base, and she's going to spend some of those valuable gold coins. Maybe not as valuable as crypto these days, but still pretty good.
Yeah, some great early buys coming out for Verge Gods using that kill advantage. We've got the Predator Sork Shoes, especially for Burger King, already been doing some powerful damage onto the Vex. You add the Magic Pen onto that. That Predator ready and waiting as well. Rift Herald is up, Pack is on that side. Also see Trashman going to the top side. We'll see which team goes towards Herald first.
Yeah, and as that comment earlier from Rav now has me questioning how much shipcoin he actually has in his wallet right now. We see a lot of gold currently being stacked by the Verge Gods, and again, they have quite a bit of a lead here. The only difference now is they don't have those early game dragons that Empire does, so this might be one of those outcomes that Empire might need to be looking for the dragons here. But at the bottom, we are going to see a bit of a hook here. Chime able to play safely on the Caitlyn and make sure they are alive.
Hook after hook after hook after hook. Don Limo doing what he can. Jinx does have that first kill, but they're going to need more than that to get this team back. As the top side of the map's having a real hard time for Empire Gaming, as both Broken Legend and Trashman are behind their respective opponents. And I got to really hand it to Macklin for piloting the other half of this matchup so well initially, showing that he can play both sides and be just as effective. Really good job from him. Very impressive.
Yeah, because once again, it's not been Verge Gods initiating the ganks on the top side. It's all been counter ganks from Pack. You know, just making the cavalry at the nick of time, as Schnecky said. So that's led to a couple kills for the Jarvan, one as well for Macklin on the Tom Kench. And as you said, almost a 30 CS gap in addition to that kill. That's very much on Macklin's side.
Yeah, and that's why I was really questioning, along with some of the other casters and analysts as well, why TEG let Pack get that J4. We see so much early game pressure. Well, on the bottom, we are going to have a teleport from Broken Legend. Don Limo pops the ulti. Still looking for a little bit more here. Broken Legend does land the knockup, but now they're looking to re-engage. Kite looking for the knockup. Macklin trying to help out. Trashman on the run, but the very big engage finds Kite in a bad spot, goes down. Broken Legend takes out Chime as well. Macklin also falls, and that's the comeback TEG are looking for.
Yeah, as we see the Hot Asian Grill going fishing with the ultimate there as they position for the dragon. But they got to watch out. Some of those health bars are kind of low. Burger King could get an easy double here.
Oh, it is a 2v4 though, but a lot of low HP bars make Don Limo have to flash away. Asian Girl have to flash out of the Cataclysm, but Blitzcrank is no longer. Burger King trying to barely stay alive, but Pac now almost on his last legs, and the shutdown goes over to Trash Man, and another picked up from Legend, and the beauty of it is we have the Dragon as the prize.
I have a physical movement right now, guys, okay? My hands are over my face by how quickly this game is turned, okay? My hands are right there right now. I can't even look, okay, about how quickly that this lead now, and then it's not only just all the kills that we saw that Empire bringing 5 members down there in the bot lane, but not only that, but Verge continuing to challenge for that dragon. They not only made that problem bad, they made it worse doing that. They give away the dragon, they get wiped, and now it's 6 kills to 5. Yes, the gold's in for the Verge, but wow, what a shift.
Well, and that came down to one thing. I'm going to coin a word, vexecution. Hot Asian Grill. That fear, that was a very, very timely fear that kept Burger King from dropping a full combo on the entirety of Empire Gaming. Otherwise, that would have been an easy double kill for the Vlad.
We do have Empire now looking to slowly establish their foothold in. Remember, they have 2 dragons now. We do have a bit of a late game win con. We have a very fed Architect as well, whereas last game, bottom lane did struggle a little bit here. We now start to see some of the win conditions formulate and get a glimpse into the team that, again, was able to take down 2 first seeds in 2 different brackets. This is Empire.
They've shown they can win games before, and now we see them with the dragon advantage. Last game, it was the Verge that got the 2 quick 12-minute dragons. Now, this time, the shoe's on the other Verge. It's Empire, and let's see if they can get the same result.
Yeah, once again, building towards an Ocean Soul, you know, probably one of the best, most well-desired souls, so both teams can be wanting to look for it, but Empire with that 2 Drake lead, so Verge is going to have to be very, very aware of those dragon timers. That's a big hook.
Oh, that's so disgusting. Immediately, John gets punished. We do have Kite looking to get away. Ultimate is going to be fired out, but it is going to be able to land. And Architect takes down a killing spree of their own. But it now looks like there's a little bit of trouble into the waters that are coming down to the bottom here as Burger King looking to go forward. Architect is super low. Hemo Plague is on him. And the flash from Burger, but a pull back from Don Lino, sacrificing his own HP bar for the sake of the 80. Carry it. It's in vain as 2 kills going back over to the Verge.
Guys, we've got, this fight after fight after fight. We have a quick moment. We've got that spot lane fight that would also turn into this dragon. But here we see that the TP, it was first by Broken Legend. He had the TP. He was the first one down in the lane. Hot Asian Grill followed right after. So it was 2 TPs to 1 versus Broken Legend. This is just a numbers advantage. Math is easy, guys. And this is 5-on-1 here at the end. And they're not only able to win that fight right there, but then right over here at the Dragon, you're seeing the press here, 4-on-2. The Verge didn't have to take this, but Pac lands the perfect Cataclysm. It's just that they're not enough. And with the Dragon still there, they weren't able to get enough damage. They had to knock 2 people of Empire out quickly. They just weren't able to do it. Now we see Empire, who's got the confidence right now, and they're going in the mid game, all guns a-blazing.
Yeah, and I mentioned the Vex play out of that fight. As we saw, as Burger King's trying to rotate around the wall of the Drake pit to try to get at the Dragon itself and the team members for Empire that were inside the pit. I think if he would have held on another second or 2, he would have been able to kite out that fear, and that would have been a very, very different fight despite the numbers disadvantage.
You know, Empire Gaming looking to turn the Caster Curse more into the Caster Manifest here and trying to give us that well-deserved Game 3. Look at, they have the ball in their court now. Sure, they're behind a little bit in terms of gold, but they do have a bit of a lead in some other areas here as they're now trying to escape. Remember, Burger King with the clean rotations. Caitlyn Ultimate is going to be blocked. Architect so low. Oh, but the Rocket Bat is able to find him, and Burger King just keeps on running down to the bottom lane.
And we saw the use of the Predator boots, despite the knockup punch from Don Lino with the Blitzcrank, stopped the initial engage, but then engaging the Predator helped him regain that movement speed and walk down the lane. As we have the fight from earlier as Chime just absolutely got blown up by Don Lino, the Empire bot duo doing very, very well.
Yeah, Don Lino, once again, he's setting Architect up for these kills. This Jinx now has the goal to be able to get into the mid game without a deficit, working towards that second item. As we're seeing the dive to
Ooh.
Burger King, I gotta hand it. It's either.
Oh!
Wow, Don Lino again!
You get a skill shot. You get a hook. You get a death. Okay, well, it's 1 for 1 right now. Mid laners are both down. Remember, Don Lino just looking for all those hooks on that one, Scottie.
Yeah, and he's been finding them, pulling the Vlad back under the tower when he thought he was going to be home free, and then Trashman throwing in the suppression, the fell stinger for good measure. And so Empire have the priority position on this first Ocean Dragon, but Pack behind the pit lying in wait.
Yeah, this is Soul Point, very important. Beautiful Cataclysm, finding 3 members stuck in it. Flash from Don Lino, but it does have the Dragon being secured. And TEG are still hanging in there. 3 of the Verge are all dead. And Hot Asian still looking for some more. Chime also falls. Only 1 left for the Verge, and Soul Point is taken.
And that was what...
I don't know. It's wild. I can't believe this game, guys. These games that we're getting is just like I'm an emotional mess at this point. Seeing how quickly this has turned, it still is 3 dragons now at 17 minutes as we're seeing a 2-on-1 here on Vlad, and this would be a big person to take down. Wow.
Yeah, that's a couple times now that Burger King, you know, as we see Verge Gods now in a bit of a trailing position, down Soul Point, losing some towers in the mid lane. They're trying to start to force plays that just aren't there a little bit on that fight. It felt like they split their attention. Pack went for the kills, went for the Cataclysm, and instead of trying to contest the Drake.
Wow.
And that split focus leads to them giving up the objective and a 4 for 0.
I'm telling you guys, the new TriCast meta, play-by-play, 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 because these teams in the LAS are just so damn vicious. And it looks like Shelly is pulled even closer to the tower. Unfortunately, Dawn does not quite land that hook, but Hot Age is still going to look to pursue this fight. Pack looking to play forward. Architect going to be forced backwards, but Broken Legend is the one who's able to take out Pack. We now see the disengage there, taking a bit of an abyssal dive from Mac, but able to escape for now. And it looks like mid lane tier 1 turret is still taken back from the Verge.
Here we're seeing what I thought was a really good play from Burger King, but once again, Don Limo, from the hand of God, reaches out, pulls back into turret, and secures another kill for his team.
Yeah, and Empire, they are spreading those kills across the map. See 3s and 4s. Burger King does get 1 back, but that 0-7 collective bot lane for Verge Gods, that is going to be a millstone around their neck as we get into this mid and late game. They're going to have to find some farm to get back into this game because Empire is, you know, they're all getting rather large individually.
Man, I gotta tell you, I feel like Burger King walked into Burger King one day and they're like, hey, what do you want? And they said, have it your way. And Burger King said, say less, fam. And now every time he plays a game, he has it his way. He is a one-man wrecking crew here. He just keeps on going forward. The rotations are immaculate. Remember, he also has Predator, but we are gonna take a look back at that Soul Point fight.
So what I was looking at here was Don Lino. He has a very key ultimate here, and that is the silence that his ult gives. So right here, Jarvan is silenced there as he goes on to the team fight. But there are just too many members being able to converge onto Pack. And Don Lino, good guy, was already weak, decided to go ahead and block that for his almost dead team member. But there we saw, once again, excellent fights around the dragon. And the gold is even, though, guys. This game's not all about it's not all about dragons. Gold is a big reason on why you're winning or you're losing. And with both teams with even amounts, one team fight can turn this game late in the game.
Yeah, and with the split focus, that was actually a 4v5 fight win on that dragon fight, because Trashman, that last 2,000-1,500 damage on that dragon was completely uncontested because of that Cataclysm by Pack, and Chime is getting exploded by Hot Asian Grill.
Oh, yeah, and that's kind of the power of having that Vex. You said it yourself, Scottie, the darn Vexecution. And we see it again in action here. That's going to be another big recall. Look at, you already have the 2-item power spike that Vex needs. We're going to have a quick reset. Remember, this is the Dragon Soul coming up in less than 1 minute. And look which color the river is glowing. Red, 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 red.
Yeah, you got a little bit of warding on the top side for Verge Gods. They're looking at the Baron. The Baron is up, but right now that Soul Dragon, very important. And now Recall's just coming through for Verge Gods. You know, they're going to have time to get to the river, but Empire already committing numbers there. They want to establish not just the vision, but the positioning in that river.
Take a quick second before this dragon fight. We're seeing a lot of second items come up here for Empire Gaming as Don Lito being able to get Pack, and he loses the EQ there, but that's not going to be enough to dissuade him away from this dragon fight. But point I was going to say was Jinx had finished her key second item, just picked up the Hurricane, and just watch in team fights. If he can stay in the back line and just keep doing those rocket shots with the Hurricane, you're gonna destroy a whole team in about 3-4 seconds.
You know, have the teleports coming out from the top laners. Remember, a little bit more of an aggressive one from Broken as he is in the pit. Macklin just trying to test the waters. We need to play on Don Lino. He has to land some of these hooks here before the engage, but Pack pulls the trigger, has a lot of them in there. Don Lino has to flash away, but Architect takes out the jungler. Macklin now looking to try to play safety, but oh my god, Architect is popping off. Not only gets 4, he takes down, looking for the last one right now. The pentakill is almost here, and there it is. Pentakill for Architect and Dragon Soul for TEG.
My smile is from ear to ear right now. This is amazing.
Sheesh.
Yeah, it's just everything is going Empire's way. A clean ace, and they are marching their way to the Baron. Respawn's coming through, but I don't think they're going to be quick enough because Empire, they are building large, and they have got a ton of damage. This Baron's getting shredded, Schnecky.
Yeah, I do have word that this is in fact the Architect who hand-built the entire Empire with his bare hands, as he is just doing such a phenomenal job. Hot Agent Grill, in the meanwhile, just looking to buy a little bit of time for the Baron to be taken, and that's a Baron back-to-back objectives for TEG.
More than just back-to-back, that is, what, not exactly 5 straight, but 5 objectives to 1. The only one Verge Gods have gotten is the one and only Rift Herald, as we see how the fight just completely broke down here for Verge Gods.
So it starts with Pack initiating here with the huge 3-man knockup and then Cataclysm. So really good start here for the Verge, but they're not able to get the kills out, and they weren't able to get anyone down. And just with Jinx here on the back line with that aforementioned Hurricane just doing damage to multiple members of the team, and already with those 2 items, you know, being left alone, and we got to see the result. And this was kind of like the Architect in the Matrix, just really setting up the entire world in which we live in, and we're all in Jinx world in this time.
Oh yeah, man, we're just living in it here. This ain't the LAS show, this is the Architect show today, or at least in this game. Look, we have a very, very massive Architect here. But remember, again, during the replay, we did just see Pack did get ganked out, taken out here, so he is dead right now, and this is what allows TEG just to take over that bot lane push.
Yeah, Pack is trying to probe for, get any kind of vision to see where Empire's going, but Empire moving well as a unit. We do have Hot Agent Grill is split pushing top, has teleport available to join the fight if it does brew. But Empire, their unit motion's been very good. But the bottom lane, I mean, we didn't see that many ganks from Trashman going to the bottom lane. It was a lot of top and mid. Architect just building this with the 2v2s. That's a 10-kill Jinx, a 10-death, 0-kill bot duo for Verge Gods. They are not having a good game.
We're seeing now 2 waves being pushed. We're doing a 4-1 from Empire with Vex being pushing the top side. The turret almost gone here, so he's just going to stay up there in the top lane, wait for a second cannon to come, but Pack's not having any of that. Despite being level 12, he's like, I can at least kill a canyon mid. Give me that, guys. Give me that.
Yeah, and look, they don't really need to pull the trigger on that one. We just have to play it slow here from Grill. Remember, we have so much pressure in the bottom. You have the Baron. Towers are slowly going to fall. It's now going to be time for Pac to decide whether he wants to take that skirmish. He decides not to, but Don Lino finds the hook, but it is on the Catfish. Big ulti onto the Vladimir, now impaled, looking for the backline play. Architect going to be very low. Into the pool, the puddle they go. Burger King looking for the kill, but can't quite find it onto Architect quite yet. And they're looking to try to punish here a little bit more. Pac is able to take out Architect, but at what cost? Macklin also down. Pac is no longer. Burger King is no longer in the fight. And there's only 2 left. It's Chime and Kai, and TEG take down bottom inhibitor.
Yeah, I think they're going to be looking for the end here, possibly. They're very least going to be looking at the Nexus turrets. They've got a good 20 seconds still to press their advantage. And this is itemization, folks. Rav, you mentioned anti-heal, Oblivion Orb on the Vex, and then you've got the armor penetration. Lord Dom's
looking to end it
on the Jinx now. Had the last Whisper before, but that is just 0 survivability for Burger King. Was able to heal and tank through so much last game. Does not have that ability now because the item choices are very good for Empire.
Oh, we got to be careful here with this fight. I might shoutcast so loud we end up waking up Stripes, but Don Lino is able to flash out of it here. Burger King and the VRG squadron do stay alive for now. Confirmed he is still sleeping.
Oh, what we say when he can't respond. Oh, we talk so tough. But let's see. Oh, we've got a key Elder Dragon coming up. I mean, Verge is going to try to push at least a couple of lanes out, try to get some vision inside their jungle to have a safe way in. And here is an excellent replay just about how Empire focused the turret first. And often in these situations, teams will focus the player, but no, they focus the turret. Then they finish off Vladimir, and then by this time, even though Pac comes in and has a nice Cataclysm, it's 3 members on 5, and with Baron, with gold, with levels, that was only going to go one way.
2 great hooks as Chime about to get exploded again by Vex. Hot Asian Grill, the Death Cap build is just blowing people up for fun now. But 2 great hooks by Don Lino onto Macklin. As he's really the only frontline for Verge God since Burger King not able to soak that damage. 2 straight hooks bring him right back in the middle of the Empire team.
They're looking to end. The back door is here. They're trying to end it all right here. I mean, Pac and Kai are the only ones left here trying to go to the back line, but the damage is just a little bit too much. Onto that Nexus, and that's going to secure it, baby. We are going to a game number 3.